Imagine waking up in the middle of July. You pull back the curtains expecting sunshine. Instead, snow is falling. The fields outside are frozen. Crops are dying overnight. Birds are dropping from the sky. Families are burning firewood in what should be the hottest month of the year. Now imagine this isn't happening in just one town. It's happening across an entire hemisphere. In 1816, millions of people believed the world was coming to an end. They blamed God. They blamed strange weather. Some even believed the sun itself was dying. But the real cause wasn't in the sky. It was hiding nearly 8,000 miles away. Inside a mountain, no one was watching. This is the incredible true story of how a single volcano changed the climate of an entire planet. Months before the disaster, life on the Indonesian island of Sumbawa seemed ordinary. Villages farmed the land. Fishermen filled their boats each morning. Towering over them stood Mount Tambora, quiet and almost forgotten. What no one knew was that deep beneath the mountain, enormous pressure had been building for centuries. Rivers of molten rock were forcing their way upward, trapped beneath solid stone. Then, on April 10th, 1815, the pressure reached its breaking point. The explosion was beyond human imagination. The blast was heard over 1,000 miles away. Entire villages disappeared within minutes. Superheated clouds of ash and gas raced across the landscape faster than a speeding race car, instantly destroying everything in their path. Massive tsunamis slammed nearby coastlines, leaving thousands with no chance of survival. But this wasn't the worst part. The eruption launched millions of tons of sulfur gases high into the stratosphere, far above the clouds where storms normally form. And that's where history changed. Instead of quickly falling back to Earth, those tiny particles spread around the globe like an invisible shield. Think of it like placing a giant reflective umbrella between Earth and the sun. Sunlight still reached space, but much less reached us. The planet slowly began to cool. When 1816 arrived, people had no idea what was happening. New England saw snow in June. Frost destroyed crops in July. Harvests failed across North America and Europe. Wheat prices exploded. Food became scarce. Hungry families abandoned their homes, searching for survival. Riots broke out as desperate crowds fought over bread. Even scientists couldn't explain it. There were no satellites, no weather models, no internet, only fear. The strange weather also changed history in unexpected ways. During that cold, rainy summer, a group of writers gathered indoors beside a lake in Switzerland. Trapped by relentless storms, they challenged each other to write ghost stories. One of those stories became Frankenstein. A volcanic eruption in Indonesia had helped inspire one of the most famous novels ever written. Nature had reshaped not only the climate, but culture itself. Eventually, gravity pulled those sulfur particles out of the atmosphere. Sunlight returned. Temperature slowly recovered. Crops began growing again. But the lesson remained. Modern civilization depends on stable weather more than ever before. Our food supply, transportation, electricity, global trade, and financial markets all rely on predictable seasons. If an eruption on the scale of Tambora happened today, the disruption would reach far beyond one country. Flights could be grounded across continents. Harvests could shrink. Supply chains could break. Food prices could surge worldwide. The frightening truth is that humanity has become more connected, which also makes us more vulnerable. History reminds us that the greatest threats don't always arrive with warning. Sometimes they begin with a mountain that appears completely silent. And by the time the world notices, everything has already changed.